We want to look at a new topic known as the director's current account. We want to look at the director's current accounts. For most of this is actually an advanced topic for the beginners. Just follow through. I will explain a lot about this director's current accounts. This director current account is about is a ledger that we always open a chart of account where the expenses of directors are being recorded. It's a liability account actually. In this liability account, any expenses that is incurred that is different from for any expenses that is incurred by a director that is not for production purpose, that is not for the company, will be posted here. If a director decides to pay his students' school fees from the company's account, it will be posted to director's account. If a director borrow this money for personal use, it will be posted to the director's account. That is, the director is owing the company and we need to refund the company. And there is another way. Directors can also borrow the company money. If the director borrow the company money, it will also be posted to this director's account. So it's a two-way thing. We can borrow the company can lend the director money through this ledger, and the director can also borrow us money through this ledger. It's a medium in which the company connects with the director. So it can be a liability account, it can also be an asset account, but mostly it's always open as a liability account. So when we pay money to directors for personal use, we credit the bank and we debit this director's account. But when the directors loan us money, we debit our bank and we credit the director's account. So we have a question here to treat. In this question, just look at this question. The MD CEO of Barama Ventures withdrew cash from the company's account worth 1,950,000 for his personal expenses, precisely from GTB. We paid this money from GTB. We drew this money from the bank for personal use. We cannot expenses. It's not a company expense, so we are going to put it in director's account. So as an accountant of the company, how would you do this transaction? That is what we want to do here. The second one is after a few weeks, the MD fund the project, maybe during the weekend, because of the because of the approval process, maybe it's been delayed. The director decided to fund from his personal pocket. The MD fund the project during the weekend from his personal money worth 2.5 million. The money was paid into Access Bank. You understand? The money was paid into what? Into Access that post these two transactions on Sage. The money may not necessarily be paid into Access, but maybe it was paid to fund a particular project. It may not be in the bank. So post these two transactions on Sage, and that is what we want to do now. So let's go there. So looking at this particular question, the director will do 1,950,000 naira for his personal use. How do you post it? So how do you post it? You go to task. You go to task, general journal. So the money was paid on the 23rd of October. Reference director's expense. So who is receiving and who is giving? The director is receiving. So that's why we debit the director for receiving. Director is receiving. It's a current liability. You can see director's current account is a current liability. Cash paid to director. Cash paid to the MD or to director. 1,950. From which bank? From our GTB. So you come here, pick our GTB, credit our GTB 1,950. And see out of balance 0. So check if it's correctly posted. If everything is right here, you just save. So the second transaction again, after a few weeks, the MD fund the project during the weekend from his personal money. Here, the director is giving the company money, is loaning to the company. The initial one was that we loan money to the director, but this one, the director is loaning to the company. In that initial instances that we loan to the director is our debtor. We are the creditor. But in this particular instance, we are the debtor, the director is the creditor, the director is loaning to us. So let's pose this second transaction. 2.5 million naira, directors help us to fund the project. So let's go to task, general journal. So who is receiving and who is giving? Now, it depends on what the director helped us to do. I think the director loaned us money. He borrowed us money. The money was transferred to our account. So we debit our Access Bank account. Take for instance, if he had funded a project, the project will have been that the project will have been expensed directly. But actually, it was not stated here that it was not stated exactly the exact project he funded was not stated. And what was stated in the question, you can see here. What was stated in the question is the bank that he paid that received the money. So we are going to what? We are going to debit this bank. So MD. So let's debit Access Bank for receiving the loan from the MD. Loan from MD is 2.5 million. Then the director's current accounts. We are going to credit the director's current accounts. So it can even net off. We first loan him money and he loan us money. So the net off is what we are going to pay. 2.5. You can see here that, you can see now, we received 2.5 from the director. He loaned the company money. Put it in, you can see we debited Access Bank and we credited director's current account. If this money, if he had helped to fund that project directly, probably he paid for he paid for our rent. We would have just debited rents here directly. That is just what we would have done. But here we were not told. What we were told was that he paid the money into Access Bank. He loaned us the money. So after we've checked everything and everything is proper, no, with dates, let's say on the 29th. After we check everything and everything is okay, we save. So let's go to list and check. You can see this is the last two transactions that we did here. You can see it. It's listed here. So after viewing this transaction, let us go to our report. You can see that I always check report enough. So let's move ahead. Let's check our trial balance. You can see a director's current account. What happened here is that it has really nets of 1.950 and 2 million naira. So this is the balance. So right now, we are owing the director. We are owing the director. That's what the statement is telling us. Because it's on the credit side, it means that we are owing the director. If this thing was to be on the debit side, it means that the director is owing us. That is what it means. So I think that's all for this class. See you in the next class. Thank you very much.